Well, guys, good morning, and it kind of looks like it's time to get rid of the bumper music. Let's get this party started. This time on K6UDA Radio. And we're back. Guys, good morning. Welcome to another Thursday edition of the K6UDA radio show live. Man, looking through the comments so far, thank you guys. You guys have some great ideas there. Some of them are actually so worthy of being their own separate videos that I think I'm going to go through them later and try to do some of that. But anyway, let's see. Let me go through here real quick. And let's see what we got. Give me a second. I already talked to John, KC3DRZ, on Dstar here on 14 Alpha. 14 Alpha seems to be a reflector that is underutilized. Let's just say that. I don't know if it's vacated or if it's what's going on with it, but I've never heard any real traffic on it. So I figured, you know what? We'll just take it over. Take it over today. Other than that, we also have the YouTubers room on FCS and Wires X. You can always get in. I have to turn the radio back on. And once the radio is back on there, everything should be good. Yep. So that's on there. So we got Dstar, we got Fusion. We also have the Skype, which is up. And there is my Skype call-in right there. You could go ahead and do that. Well, hang on. You know what I need to do, and I didn't do it, is put up Skype. Skype. Okay. So let's see. The new ISS repeater. APRS backup power. All right. So we are up and running. Skype is now up and good. So anyway, three ways to get into the show today. If you want to get on the show and ask your question, say your comment, do your thing, bring up your topic, pop off. So B. Durant says the new ISS repeater and APRS backup power. The new ISS repeater, man. It looks like a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, last night I went out, programmed up both of my, they were already I programmed up both my my D74 here and the FT3. I took them both out with me last night, took them outside, hooked up one of the radios to the to my Yagi, and the other one I left with the little dummy load antenna. And I used the one on the dummy load as basically a downlink receiver, so I would kind of get it in stereo, and that would tell me if I was getting through. And I kind of was, I could hear the click the click off sometimes when I would key up, but it kind of seems like it might be a lot of fun. Huge amount of activity. There was a huge pile up, And the first time I tried it at 8 o'clock at night last night, I hit the wrong part of the screen on the FT3, and I guess I was transmitting on the output or the downlink. One of the local guys around here said, "Hey Bob, you sound great, but I think you're talking on the downlink." So I'm gonna do another video about actually getting on the ISS, and at some point I will actually make some ISS contacts, some QSOs off the space station. The one at 8 o'clock, I did it twice last night. I did it once at about 8:15, I guess, and then at just before 11 p.m. I went back out. Great signals, unbelievably strong signals coming from all over the Western America, because there was VE stations. Just they sounded like they were next door. Very fun, really exciting, and we'll do some more of that very soon in the future. APRS backup power. I don't know really what, unless the ISS has some kind of a new backup power for their APRS repeater. I don't know exactly what you mean, B. Durant. Let's see. How to use your DMR from Clark. Not the code plug, but how to get on and off talk groups. Okay. This is, I guess if you're a DMR expert, it seems very elementary. Once your radio is programmed, it is pretty elementary, but everything kind of depends upon the way that you've programmed your radio, the way that you've done your code plug. I have with me a DMR radio. And I have a DMR radio. I'll turn it on here, and we'll do a little bit of I gotta put these back on. Oh, my eyes are just getting shot. I don't know why I just don't leave the damn things on. I need them to read now. I you know what? Further away, I'm fine, but need them to read. So anyway, I have in here and let's go to camera number 3 here. Whoop. I have my local DMR repeater, and so we're going to go in and list, and I've got a whole bunch of talk groups listed in here, and I'm going to go to Sac Valley DMR, which is, and can you guys see that? Yep, Sac Valley DMR. Whoop, I went back. Talk group, list, Sac Valley DMR. I'm going to select it. I'm going to select that contact. And now I am on Sac Valley DMR. K6UDA on Sac Valley testing. And somebody may or may not come back. So it works. It's there. Now, if I wanted to go to, 2 ways I could go to another repeater with this radio. I can, and let me go back to camera number 3 here. I can either do the list where I have all of these talk groups listed here, all in different kinds of orders, because I wrote my code plug myself. So I could either do it like that, or on, say, some of these. Let me go back here.
Spot 3, I've never used DMR before. No, you can hear me.
Whoop. Yeah, somebody was Yeah, K6UDA. If you're copying me, just doing a little testing. And I don't know if that went out anywhere. Anyway, I can change that up, and when I'm in, say, like the OpenSpot, I could just change the knob here, and because I've got them programmed in, let's see, and because I've got them all programmed in up here as separate channels, I can just go from channel to channel. I could do a whole bunch of things with that. So pretty versatile, yet not. It's not really prevalent as to how easy it is, because code plugs make these things kind of difficult, cumbersome to use. Let's see. Hello from Sweden, from Alexander. Alexander, thank you. Hello from the U.S. APRS or emergency backup power? Okay, emergency backup power. That's a whole, man. That's a whole hour unto itself of doing stuff. Let's see. And let's look for a few. How to choose or find an active channel on an OpenSpot 3, or is it the case of having to go through each room or channel? No, Kev, it really isn't. You know what you can do, and let's pop up my OpenSpot. I'm going to pop up the screen there, and we'll go to here, and I'm going to pop up my OpenSpot 3. We'll see if it comes up here. Maybe not. It's very, this thing is so temperamental sometimes. Sometimes it works just fine. Sometimes it just sits there and doesn't want to work. And let's see. And this looks like the time there where it's not going to do anything. So let's go back to the camera here. And I'll let you know if it comes back, and we'll go into that. But it's really, really simple. You pop up that website, the OpenSpot website. You can do the initial programming from there. And then, like here, I can take my radio, and if I wanted to operate, because I have in the radio, I programmed in my OpenSpot, and I fooled this radio into thinking that my OpenSpot is a Dstar repeater. So I can actually go in here natively, just like you would with a Dstar repeater. And we'll go back to camera 3. And I can use all of these commands here, and I could link to a repeater. I can unlink. I could do all the things that I want to do. I'm already linked to 14 alpha, so I'm not going to relink to 14 alpha there. I'm just going to leave it on there. But anyway, I could also do that in the OpenSpot software. Makes it very, very easy. Any suggestions? Dave Ahart. Any suggestions for a HF, VHF, UHF, ECOMS, or Go box? Man, I am personally not real big. I haven't set up one of those, absolute Go boxes. That's all you do is just plug it into something and attach an antenna, and you're off to the races. Um, they're fairly pricey. They're nice cases, beautiful cases from what I've seen. Uh, at the ham, at some of the ham swaps, I've seen them all put together. They'll design the thing, or you can design the thing however you want. I've seen guys go as small as a small OtterBox kind of a thing, or a what the hell they call them things, a dry box, and they make a plate in there and they put a KX3 or some other radio that they are using, and just all the buttons and knobs and everything to turn it on, and plug it in with power poles right there and use it. And that's great. If that's what turns you on, man, the sky is the limit. I don't have it set up. It hasn't been something that has been super important in my life enough to set something like that up. Let's see. Let's go over to 71 people on the stream right now. Thank you so much. And 30 thumbs up. Let's see, can we turn that 30 into, say, 70 thumbs up? Oh, and for anybody who knows what this is, in Hoke. Let's see. Just looking through here. I'd like to hear about mine from Joshua. KG5 PTT. Josh and I talked over on YouTubers earlier this morning. And that was awesome. He had some good ideas for some shows. I'd like to hear about yours or anyone else's full comm plan, amateur or other. All right, Josh, let's talk about that for a second. My comm plan is more based in amateur radio than not, but I've also got some commercial radios that I could throw into the mix, and I have some military stuff that is, I think it's like using Wi-Fi signals or something. I don't know, because we did a spectrum, or we did a spectrum sweep when we were talking on these things, and I forget what they're called. They're these little tiny boxes, and it's got, like the throat mics and all that crap. They're very, very good about a city block, maybe 2 blocks from each other. They're made for very, very short range communications, so your enemy isn't going to really be able to detect. So I've got that. We'll use FRS. I'll use anything that I can as far as comms. I mean, when it hits the fan, I don't care. I don't care if it's licensed, unlicensed, whatever. Gotta have a little water in there. And Dave Ahart, thank you for the super chat, Dave. You get camera number 2. All the super chats come in on camera number 2. Yeah, and you know what? That's the quickest way, really, to if you've got something to say, man. And I would really, really appreciate the super chats. Not to belabor that subject at all, but man, I do appreciate them, and they do get my attention a lot faster because they kind of flash up on the screen, big colors for me. Let's see, but yeah, Josh, we will talk more about comms plans, what different things are what I use different things for. I would love to hear from other people because I am definitely not an authority on on everything comms for prepping purposes. I, I've got a lot to learn. I mean, I think we all do. Let's see. From Luke, FTM 400 or ICOM 4100 to save some cash. Well, Luke, I have not used the ICOM 4100, but for many years I had the ICOM 880H, I believe it is. I had one of those mounted in my truck. Great little radio. The 4100, actually, I thought when somebody showed me their 4100, I thought it's an old 880. They used the same radio body, very small head on it. You can mount it anywhere, literally, but it uses the new way that ICOM implements Dstar and terminal mode and access point mode. And terminal mode and access point mode are something that I am just now really starting to learn about. And that's something that I actually want to bring to you guys because from what I understand, access point mode and terminal mode allow me to get into a Dstar repeater without having a Dstar repeater near me. And it doesn't need, you don't need something like an OpenSpot or a Pi-based solution for it. It kind of, I don't know how it works. And I'm sure a couple of you guys do. But anyway, it kind of depends upon what you want. I personally, in my mobiles, I really have gotten into APRS. And unfortunately, ICOM does a version of APRS that isn't APRS. It's called DPRS, which is digital packet. It's what is it? Analog packet something. I forget. My brain just like went done. I don't know. So DPRS uses the Dstar network, then gateways out to the APRS system and reports your position. But that's all it does is report your position. You can't do all of the other very, very cool things that APRS allows you to do within a fully functioning APRS radio, like my D74, like my FT3, or the FTM 400, and I don't even know if the 300 does a full APRS. So, but if you want Dstar and you want a small footprint and to save a little cash, definitely the 4100. It's a good, solid radio. Or it looks like it. I haven't reviewed it yet. I haven't had one, haven't reviewed one, but the 880 was like a bulletproof radio. But like I said, it used Dstar the old-fashioned way, where everything, all your commands, everything were programmed into separate channels, separate channels into memories. So if I wanted to go on to a certain repeater and I wanted to switch reflectors, I would have those reflectors that I wanted to go on in a channel, and I would have the commands programmed in. So I would key it up, and then I would switch channels to the used channel or the information channel and key it up again. Wow. 74 people on the stream. Thank you very much. 59 thumbs up in the room here on the stream. Thank you guys. Let's see. What else do we have? Let's see. From Single Cab Steve. Hey, from Southern California, am I close to the fires? Depends upon what you consider close. I think, yeah, we've got fires that are burning probably 15, 20 miles from my house. So they're fairly close in steep terrain. And from Philip, is that a Sigma Chi t-shirt? Yes, it is, and I am a Sig. I'm only one, but I am one. Let's see. My buddy Todd over in the island says aloha. I just love hearing aloha. That just sounds so much friendlier than anything else. Do I have access to All-Star? I don't. From John. I thought about doing the whole All-Star thing, but I didn't get it. So I really haven't started to play. The Boredom Breakers net. It's been running since April. Very, very cool. So I'll give you a plug there, John. They have on 49,562 on All-Star. There is the Boredom Breakers net. It starts at 12 noon, 7 days a week, lasts about 3 hours a day. Very cool. Denise is in the house from Tennessee. Let's see. John, K6UDA needs an address for a patch. John, P.O. Box 584, Penryn, Penryn, California 95663 is the address. Let's see. And you know what? I'll figure out how to put it up here one of these days. Let's see. Get the Zygu. Okay, from Todd. Get the Zygu G90 for your Go box. Yeah, good. I haven't reviewed the G90. I imagine that it's pretty close in quality to the X5105, which I do have. And I really like that radio for what it is. It is a cheap QRP radio. And I won't say cheap. I'm going to say inexpensive. Because it does have some really good, got some good features. It has a decent, got to turn that off. Crap. Come on. That won't turn off. The X5105 and I believe probably the G90 have some really good features, some fairly modern features in an HF rig. What they don't have, I think, are excellent quality receivers. And to me, that's worth paying for. I've heard a lot of guys saying the IC705, it's overpriced for what it is. It's when you consider a similarly configured Elecraft KX3, it is the 705 is kind of a bargain. I had guys tell me, nope, get a G90. It's just as good. Look, if you're a G90 guy as opposed to a KX3 guy over here, or a 705 guy over here, it's a completely different animal. Completely different. You won't get the same quality in a G90 in a X5105. There's a reason that good quality equipment costs more money. There's more into engineering. There's more into the components. They use better components inside. Not to say that your G90 won't get the job done, but you're not going to hear those weak signals. They're going to get buried in the noise of the radio, where your KX3, possibly the 705, because I haven't used it, but I assume that the 705 is going to have roughly about the same kind of receiver as the 7300. 7300 has a very good receiver. It wasn't the top rated ham radio receiver for several years like the KX3 was, but it is a good receiver, and in my tests it has consistently been a better receiver than the 5105 was. I mean, 5105 entry level QRP radio. Pair it with an amp, and for $1,500 total cost, you got a 100-watt radio that is good. Let's see how much for the $1,200 for a 705. Pair that with an amp, you're at about $2,000, $1,800 to $2,000 if you get a cheaper amp like the Zygu amp or a Hard Rock 50. Step up to an Elecraft amp, which is going to be $1,500, close to $2,000 by itself, and you've got an expensive rig. But like in Elecraft, you're getting better quality throughout the components of the radio. Let's see. Wow, that's so many comments here. Let's see. Think the 705 is underpriced for what you get from the Radio Bro. I don't know. Don't have it in my hands, but I did get a notification that mine has shipped. So it would have been really cool had it showed up during the live stream, but I don't think it's going to. Let's see. John has a 7100 in a Go box, and that's a great option again. The 7100, I've had a 7100 for many years, and great radio, great little form factor in the radio. It does not have an internal tuner, so whatever you use, you need to have a tuner on it. Let's see. As a matter of fact, in a shameless attempt to get more subscribers, to catch back up to Jason at Ham Radio 2.0, I was toying with the idea of, at 50,000 subscribers, so if you guys went out and said, hey, Bob might be giving away, and you know what, I don't have corporate sponsorship, so I may be giving away my 7100. I've got several HF rigs here, and it is a good, solid radio. It does HF, 2 meters, 440, Dstar through the whole range. So it does all that. And I'm toying with the idea. Let me know what you think in the chat or the comments or whatever. 81 people on the stream, 74 thumbs up. Very, very good. Let's see. 9 Alpha 3GVD amateur radio has to go catch the ISS. Hey, after it's done, come on back. We'll be here. Let's see. Right on the money. Let's see. I use a Fretzel most of the time. T-Man. I use a Fretzel. I don't know what a Fretzel is. Todd says he paid $439 for his G90. Like I said, you could have them, you could get them at great prices, but also think about this. Get a 7300 on sale and they're about $800 for a 100-watt radio out of the box, around $800. Don't quote me on this. Here's my prediction. Go back to camera 1 for the prediction. Every radio comes out and it hits the market at full boat retail. I bought my D74 full boat retail on opening day for $600 some odd dollars, $650, close to $700 after tax and everything for this, so I could have it on day one. Now, I think you can have them. You can get these things for sometimes less than $500. So they go on sale. The 7300, like most other radios, hits the market. The 705, I predict, will hit the market. Full boat retail. They will run with that for several months. Full boat retail. And then somebody's going to offer them on sale. Let's see. MCT or ham radio outlet or gigaparts. Somebody is going to do a rebate, a sale, a something, a Christmas special. And that $12.99, I predict, is going to be $10.99. I know the 7300, when that came out, that had I think a $1,200 price tag on it. So don't quote me, but I think we might be able to get you in a little bit less if you're willing to wait. Let's see. Wow. From Clark, that would be awesome. Let's see. Dibs on the 7100. Well, you know what? I haven't even decided if I'm going to give it away, how I'm going to give it away, but it'll be some kind of a creative contest because you guys know me. Everything's got to be a video, a photo contest, something that tells a story. And my buddy Herb from right around the corner, Herb, awesome dude, thank you so much. What is the best way to program the FT3D? Herb, the best way, and let's see, I am going to go back to camera 1 here. I'm going to go put this up on the screen and I will show you the best way to program the FT3. Oh, and then we can get back to the OpenSpot too. Yep, come on. Come on. Where are you? Open. So, give me a quick second here. I need to come back here. Go to screen sharing. And let's go over to here. Herb, uh, this is RT Systems. This, I program all my radios with RT Systems. So I could take my FT3 here, program it up. I could basically copy the programming that I have for say uh, say the D74, which I had programmed for quite a long time, and I could just go ahead and copy this off. Open up my I open up my RT systems for the D74. I copy all the frequencies off. I write them into the frequency block of the FT3, and I am done. That's it. I put a chip in the radio or in the computer, write it off to the memory card, write that off, copy it off onto the radio, and I'm done. It's programmed. And if I want to make changes, like when I came down here and I made changes to, and I've got to move it up here so I could see it here. As you could see, like right in here, this is my little satellite section right in the middle here, in the middle of the screen. I've got AO85, AO91 up and down, AO92, SO50, ISS up and down with the new repeater, Falcon Sat, and the ISS APRS frequency. So both radios are set up exactly the same. Let's see. You know what? I forget who it was, but somebody wanted to see how to program the OpenSpot for changing reflectors, changing rooms. So right now, here is my OpenSpot software. You could see it's connected to 14 Alpha, which I haven't heard anybody else on. I did hear somebody click it. That would be me. K6UDA test. So that's live telemetry, I guess. So hey, John, good to hear you back on 14 Alpha. Do you have any suggestions, comments, anything you want to tell everybody else?
Well, let's see. I run an 880H, and I run it strictly from home. I don't use it mobile. And I use an OpenSpot one. Yes, I still have the original OpenSpot. I bought it when it went on sale for half price when the OpenSpot 2 was coming out, or just before that. And it's kind of neat, talking to Japan and Australia and all that on Dstar, just like 2-meter radio. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. This is a lot of fun stuff to use. I'm gonna go back and kind of show just quickly a couple of the functions or how to change rooms, talk groups, reflectors here on the OpenSpot 3. So hey, good to talk to you again, and thanks for the comments. K6UDA. Okay.
Hey, Bob, enjoying the show, and hope you are too. So I'll talk to you later.
So
KC3DRC.
here we go with this is where we are. This is my frequency that I keep my D74 on, and I've got different profiles set up down here for fusion, a fusion radio, a Dstar radio, or a DMR radio, and that's kind of how I run. And then I have separate frequencies that I use all three on, so I could technically use 3 open spots, put them on 3 separate frequencies, 3 different modes, and run that way. Here, if I click on the server, and this is from the connectors page, I can run through and I could pick any reflector I want, and XRF reflectors there. So it runs the XRF, and I think XLX. Nope, it's just XRF. I'm not going to change, and you could change the alpha module too. So I could go A, B, C, D, whatever module I want to run in that. So that's how you do it. And depending upon what mode you're running, if you're in DMR, you can do the same thing. It'll come up with talk groups, servers and talk groups. So that's how that works. Coming back to the big screen here. Let's see. Let's come back to a few. Let me look through some of our comments here. ICOM never updated the program. This is from Todd. Never updated the program software for Win 8 and 10. You gotta buy the IT. Well, I think, Todd, I think you meant RT systems. Yeah, I don't know if ICOM's updated their software in there. Let's see. T-Man. I've heard of 6 Antifa members caught red-handed setting fires in Oregon. Yeah, I heard of one that was affiliated or is supposedly affiliated with Antifa, set fires. She's been charged with, I think, 3 counts of murder because people have died in those fires. Let's see. From Steve. How's the house hunting? Well, Steve. Let's see. Fired my agent here at the house. We're interviewing new agents here at the house. I think we might have found one. And house hunting kind of just keeps going. I saw a house that I liked out of Twin Falls. I really liked it, and I was kind of like, wow. My wife saw it, and she went, I don't like it. We're not going to look at it anymore. So I don't know. We just keep going. Let's see. Hello from from Samuel. Hello from Waterville. Let's see. Todd says there's a new Pi-Star Zoom spot for All-Star. Control with your phone. No more computers. Interesting. I will have to look into that. Todd, send me an email. And let me know what it is, where you found it, or something, or leave a comment in the video, not in the chat. Herb, are there any Wires X repeaters in the area? Yes, Herb. Our local club has one. Scott KK7AIR has one in Georgetown. There's the one up in Gold Run. There is Jeff's AK60K's repeater in Rockland. And if I ever get mine back from Clyde, I'll put my repeater back up here. Until the antennas come down, and that'll be for guys like you and I. 84 people on the stream with 87 thumbs up. Thank you guys. That is freaking awesome. Let's see. Amwhite, how's my noise? Have I been able to mitigate, or did I get deeper into digital? Yeah. Haven't really worked on it too much. I don't know. Now, I think we're going to move into high gear here. It looks like with the new agent that we found, this place may go pretty quick. If it does, this is all coming out very, very quickly. As a matter of fact, I might start breaking down this, all this over here, and I might actually just, until we're ready to move, just throw the 705 up here, hook it up to a 100 watt amp, and call it good, just to play with that and get these things packed up and ready to go to wherever we end up. Let's see, the warranty people trying to get a hold of me. No, that was actually one of my buddies. Let's see. James Hannibal likes his X5105. But it's quite heavy and the receiver isn't as good as the KX2. And James can attest that when you're sitting on top of a mountain and you've hiked all day to get there, or half a day to get there, and you're hot and sweaty and out of breath, that better receiver, if you don't have the better receiver and your buddy that you're hiking with does have the better receiver, you will be cursing yourself for not spending the extra money to get the better receiver. That would be the biggest sales. That will be the biggest sales drive that there can be, is hearing your buddy pulling signals out, weak signals, where you're not even, it's not even registering on your radio. Am I not right, James Hannibal? Let's see. The only thing missing from the G90 is a notch filter. Well, the notch filter would be great if you're, but it's a QRP radio. You're going to hopefully be in a place where you don't have super strong overdriving signals. And I think if you are, if you're looking at, well, if you need a notch filter because you're like a CW guy, you're probably going to end up spending the money in the first place for the better receiver. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see. Would it be? I wouldn't be into ham radio if it wasn't for VoIP, and there wouldn't be nearly as many hams if it wasn't for VoIP. With that said, I have HF and enjoy that also. Yes. And T-Man, imagine this. Doing VoIP over HF. And with, say, like the 7100, not the 9100, but the 705, you would be able to get on 20 meters, 40 meters, whatever, wherever you want, 10 meters, and use Dstar as the means to communicate. You'll get all the Dstar information on your screen, plus you'll have crystal, and I mean crystal clear communication over HF. So it's something. It's something to say I've done it. It's you're gonna need some good antenna though. Let's see. Let's see. What do we have here? Let's move on down the line. Radio Bro. That's to somebody else. RTC, Brian Gerber. Here late from Sky, but you're here. So give me the big thumbs up, Sky. And then go hit the replay. It is just about noon here, almost. Please don't forget to smash from Clark. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up right now. 83 people on the stream, 91 thumbs up. Man, that's awesome. I love that. Let's see. And a few of them just coming in again. That is awesome. Let's see. Todd, now that I think about it, not sure what the 300 rule is at. And that's something I don't know what we are. Guys, hang on for just a second. I hear somebody or something outside. Oh, okay. Guys, I think we're gonna have to kind of cut it a little short. I've got guys here that are gonna be working on the house. Bernard, my buddy Bernard. Let's see. Hey Bob, who did the work on your Glock and what kind of red dot do I have? These old eyes are having trouble picking up sights. Okay, Bernard. I have 2 built Glocks. Give me a quick second. I will go grab them. All right. We'll go to camera 3. I'm back. Whoop. And camera 3. Okay. Glock number 1. This was a bone stock Glock 17, Gen 4 17 that I bought from a local gun store. Got all the pieces and parts and built this one myself. This is a Glock store trigger on this. It's all cleared. No magazine in the well. Gen 4, so I could do, because I'm a lefty, I do extended mag release there. Agency barrel. I forget the name of the guys that make these. Good quality upper there. I've got just real basic suppressor height sights and the RMR, the Trigicon RMR on here with that's the version 2. My new one, let me drop the mag, unload it. Unloaded. Okay, this is a Hotel Mike built Glock 19, all Zev upper on here, Zev trigger, a Hollow Sun 507 version 2, and suppressor height tritium night sights on this one. This one, I think I bought this complete as is. Oh, with custom stippling here from Wilson. For $1,600, I have a little over $2,000 into this one, building it myself. So that's how that one works, Bernard. Thank you. Let's see. Hey, Southpaw 2. Keep them coming. All right. From James, he says he's a Southpaw too. Very, very nice. Chinese radios. Wayne says Chinese radios are Chinese radios. Chinese radios have their spot. They have their place in the amateur market and the commercial market. They get people into the hobby. And we want to get people into the hobby. Where else are you going to be able to get into a new hobby that could possibly be a lifelong fascination with something for, say, $35 at the outset, and then learn about it, become more fascinated with it, and start spending all the rest of your money? Let's see. Not legal in California. I don't know what is not legal. Okay. So John just picked up a 43X. He loves it. Haven't really played with a 43X. And yeah, like Amlight says, for most in California, you can't get it because California has these ridiculous, absolutely insane, ridiculous rules and regulations about having drop tests and if you change the color of something, you have to go through the whole testing process again. So just crazy. Let's see. Make sure I unload them first. Always do. Great show. Back to work from Clark. And guys, it is 12:04. I think I am going to legal exemptions for active duty military and law enforcement. Either way, in California has many laws. Whoop. That's from Josh. Yeah, Josh. Exemptions for law enforcement, active duty military, if they live outside and are stationed outside the U.S. And I think they might have done away with the military exemptions. You can possess it if you have it, but you can't buy it. Yes. Okay. Good work on the Glock. Worthy of a John Wick movie. Thank you. All right, guys. I think I need to blast off here and start working with some contractors that are waiting for me outside. They've been trying to call, and they got a trailer out there. It has been a lot of fun. I know this is kind of a short one today, but thank you. We covered a ton of topics. Guys, like always, go to camera one, and if you haven't already done it, hit the subscribe button right up here, and that bell notification right next to it. Get that going. Let's see. Nope. Where's all my bumpers? Be sure and check me out there on Patreon. And if you don't like Patreon, you can make a donation to the cause at PayPal. Directly PayPal me. To my patrons, thank you guys. You guys rock. You are the backbone of this, and you are the guys that really get to call the shots. If you have an email question, please email it here to K6UDA radio@gmail.com. And yes, I do have a physical address, P.O. Box 584, Penryn, California, 95663. You can send me stuff. Guys, thank you again. This is always a great time. I love doing these. Working on a couple of videos. I know I've been a little tardy on the videos, but hey, I'm busy trying to get find a new house, get moved, all that good stuff. And Sky says I'm not getting notified when I do the live streams. I know. Count on every Thursday. Even I will put, even if it isn't up, even if it doesn't get up until Thursday mornings, I will put up a thumbnail. Just go take a look on my channel. I don't know what to say. YouTube hates me because I'm real. I don't know. Guys, thank you so much again. Denise hasn't signed up for Dstar. I'm gonna put a new video out on how to do that. And that's it, guys. Thanks. I will talk to you later. I'm Bob, K6UDA, and I'm out of here. 7-3.